Hello my lovelies, it is time for my October Wheel of TBR, so stay tuned. So this round of Wheel of TBR is going to be very different than any of the past ones because, as you can see, my shelves are empty. We are in the middle of moving. But I did need to film this, so I had to figure out a way to do this without actually having my books. So, give me 1 second. I have here all the things that I was supposed to read, and I can tell you whether I've read them or not. And I can also tell you about how I read it. But another thing is, I don't have my dry erase marker. I don't have my little prompts to swap out because they're packed in a box, and I think those are already at the other house. So I have a little post-it note and pen, and I'm just going to write down which ones I land on and fix the markings later once I get this moved. And then for actually picking the books, for the most part, I'm going to have to use things that I know that I've already got to read, like from my Have I Read It, which I announced the winners of those rounds, those 4 awful rounds, in my Cards Against My TBR video. But I can do that. I can also use my Goodreads to kind of help me figure out things, stuff like that. So let's go over how I did. Okay, so I had a few things that in the last wheel that I said if I didn't finish, they would roll over. So that was The Love Hypothesis, which I did finish in August. Then there was Ghost of the Shadow Market, which did get rolled over, but I did finish it this month. And then Our Dark Duet did get rolled over, but I finished it this month. And then as far as my actual spins for the wheel, the first spin I had was Melanie's pick, and for that I was to read Spoiler Alert, and I did read that. For my coffee spot here, I was to read The Stardust Thief, and I have not read that. However, I am going to roll it over. For the spin Buzzword, I was to read Shadows by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I did read that. For the spin Number in the Title, I was to read The Girl in 6E, and I did read that. Future editing me here. I didn't read that. For the spin Blurbed, I was to read The Agathas, and I did read that. And then for Marty Pick, I was to read The Speaker, and I did not read that, but I'm going to roll it over. And then I can tell you for the Have I Read It that got rolled over, not the ones that I just did, but for number 30, The Girl of Fire and Thorns, I have not read that, so it's rolling over as well. Number 33, have I read it, number 33? Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren, haven't read it, rolling it over. Number 34, Shadows by Jennifer L. Armentrout, I did read it. Number 35, Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab, I did read. Number 36, The Girl in 6E, I have not read, but I'm rolling it over. For number 37, My Plain Jane, I have not read, and I'm rolling it over. Unforgotten by Jessica Birdie, I did read. Spelled, I did read. And Back to the Future graphic novel, I have started but not finished. So I can't remember what the number is, but it's over 18 books that I need to read this month with my cards, my Have I Read It, my my buddy reads, because I have 4. We're finishing up the Trials of Apollo series with my Twitter group. And then I'm gonna have somebody read with my coffee patrons, which I don't know what that is just yet. And then I have Buzzword and TBR Knockout, which I will select those after we finish the spins. Let's get started. I don't have any punishment spins because I'm rolling everything over because I don't have them with me. So let's just get right into our 5 spins. Spin number 1. Hold on, something's wrong. Okay, let's try that again. It got caught on this thing down here. Okay, try that spin number 1. Graphic novel. Okay. I was reaching for my marker and I don't even have it. Oh, for this one, I'm going to use one of the Have I Read It from this month, and that is A Lock and Key, because that was one of the winners. So that is what I'm going to select for this. And normally I would replace this prompt, but I don't have them because they're packed. So we're going to keep these prompts the way they are, at least this time around, and I'll switch out all the ones that we hit this time at the beginning of the next one. All right, so spin number 2. Okay, so this is a permanent one on my wheel now. This is for my coffee patrons. They get to put books, any books at all, whether they're ones I own or not. And I have a little coffee cup for them, but it's packed. This video is a mess, oh my goodness. But yeah, that one's packed. So what I'm gonna do in this case is I'm going to go on to my coffee page and, well, I'm gonna do like maybe a random number generator for all of my patrons, and then whichever number comes up, ask that patron. So I think I have 6 patrons. I'm not going to like record the random number generator, but I'll show you. So 1 through 6, and I don't know if you can see it, I got number 3. So I'm going to ask my 3rd patron what book they want me to read, since I don't have the cup to pull from. So I will be right back. So I asked T, who was the 3rd coffee patron, if she could have me read any book at all, what would she pick? She picked Mistborn. That's like 500 and something pages. It's a big one. Okay, so I'm reading the first book in the Mistborn series. Okay. All right. So that would put 4 marks on that one. Lord help me. It's been number 3. Mystery. Okay. Mystery. Let me see if I have any here. Okay, none of those are mysteries. None of my buddy reads are mysteries. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look at my Goodreads and see what mysteries I have. Maybe I should like browse a list of mysteries. That might help. Okay, so I've got a list here that's best mysteries of the 21st century on Goodreads. Let's see. I've got Where the Crawdads Sing, Gone Girl. Ooh, The Night Circus. Ooh, I think I might want that one. What else? Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. That one's small. I kind of want to do The Night Circus because that's one that Kaylani gave me. I think, let me just click on it and make sure. I mean, it says it's under mystery, so yeah, I'm just gonna go with The Night Circus. All right, spin number 4. Coffee again, which means there's 5, which means I have to do 6 spins. Yay! Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna do another random number generator. It's still up, so I'm just gonna hit generate again. I got 1 this time. So let me go ask my first coffee patron what they want me to read. Okay, so that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So what I ended up doing was asking like all of my patrons what book they would select, and then I just went with the first one that answered. And it was Stacy, and she selected The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley. And I don't know, but that title to me says like cozy mystery. Let's see. It's the first book in the Flavia de Lucy. It's the summer of 1950, and the once grand mansion of Buckshaw, a young Flavia de Lucy, an aspiring chemist with a passion for poison, is intrigued by a series of inexplicable events. A dead bird is found on the doorstep, a postage stamp bizarrely pinned to its beak. Then hours later, Flava finds a man lying in the cucumber patch and watches him as he takes his dying breath. For Flava, who is both appalled and delighted, life begins in earnest when murder comes to Buckshaw. I wish I could say I was afraid, but I wasn't. Quite the contrary. This was by far the most interesting thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. Okay. All right. So as I said, that puts 5 marks here, which means we have to do 6 spins. So we have 2 more to go. So spin number 5. Cards against my TBR question. Ooh, okay, hold on. I took a picture of my cards earlier. Okay, so for this round of cards against my TBR, I actually only had 1 question card, and that was this season at Manhattan Theater Club, Who's Afraid of Blank? I selected Alice by Christina Henry. Okay, so this is my final spin, and I won't be marking for this one, but yeah. So spin number 6. Middle grade. Oh, I didn't look how many. Oh, that one had 4. The cards against my TBR question, which means we have to do another bonus spin because that would put 5 there. Okay, so middle grade. So for middle grade, I'm going to do The School for Good and Evil. Yeah. And where that would have been our final spin, we have 1 more. So spin number 7. Treat your shelf. Okay. That means I can buy any book. Let's look and see. I probably shouldn't buy any book, but let's see what I have on my wish list. There's What Lies Between Us by John Mars. What do I want? I don't know. I'm looking for one that just speaks to me. I think I'm gonna go with What Lies Between Us because that's on sale right now. It's like 40% off. I really liked his book, The Passengers. So I'm gonna have to put in my new address. Okay, there, got it. That I actually had a gift card for Amazon, so I was able to use it for that. Future me here to interrupt this really quick, but before I end this video, I needed to tell you what I'm choosing for Buzzword and my TBR Knockout. So for Buzzword for October, it's a book with an animal or a creature in the title, and for that I'm going to be reading The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. I was able to get it off of Libby from my library. And then for TBR Knockout for October, the theme is Halloween. So the first prompt is to read a paranormal book, and for that I will be reading Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'll be buddy reading that with my coffee patrons. We literally just discussed it and I was waiting to find out before I filmed this little clip. For prompt number 2, it's to read a book with black in the title, series name, or author's name, and for that I'll be reading The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. Okay, so next month I'll update the wheel, I'll put all the correct marks, I'll change all the prompts, and I'll do that at the beginning of the next video. I am sorry that this one was so chaotic, but my life is currently very chaotic with all of the moving and everything. Whew. Guys, wish me luck. October's gonna be just beyond I have no idea how big my TBR is, but I'm pretty sure it's in the 20s, I think. So have you guys read any of these books? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you.